Hello guys. Today we are going to talk about some dental models which we also know call them dental casts. As you can see here, these are the dental cast models. Why we are showing you these two models here? This one is particularly of the lower teeth, or you can say the mandibular cast. This one is about the maxillary dentition, also known as the upper arch, the maxilla. So this is a beautiful model. Why we do this? Why do we take these casts for dental diagnosis of a treatment planning, or you can evaluate any abnormalities into the teeth, or you can see any fracture, any caries, any missing, how many these teeth are present, how many are missing, or what. So I'm going to tell you about some brief about this cast. So we will discuss one by one. First of all, we'll start by this cast. This is the lower cast, also known as the mandibular cast. So what are we going to see in this cast? First of all, we will see how many teeth are present here. As you can see here clearly, you can see these are the incisors. This one is a canine, this is a premolar, and this is a big tooth which is known as the molar. Overall, this is a permanent type of dentition in which all permanent teeth are present. As you can see here, all teeth are present here. So what obvious we are going to see in this cast? You can see this tooth, this premolar. This is not in the line. This is outside the line of the arch. So this is labially tipped, or you can say buccally placed. You can see here in the closer view. See, this is outside. So this is a mandibular arch, and there is no such any abnormalities are present. There is no such sign of caries. There is no such sign of fracture, and there are no missing teeth. All teeth are present here in this cast. So this was about the mandibular cast. Now moving ahead, we are going to discuss about the maxillary arch. Here, this is the maxillary arch of a patient. As you can see here, the incisors are present, the premolars, the molar, and here is the canine. This canine and this one, they both are basically outside the arch. They are not in the line of arch, hence they are also labially tipped, blocked out, or you can say buccally blocked out. See, and you can see here this line, this is called the frenum. This is a soft tissue attachment, it's called frenum. So now, judging by the number of teeth are present, all permanent teeth are present here. So this is a permanent type of dentition. But if you look closely into this cast, you can see the shape of the arch. It is not typical ovoid shape. This is tapered. Taperish. Taperish means the anterior region is narrow and the posterior is slight wide. So this is a tapered arch, or you can say this is constructed arch. There is no sign of any caries, there is no sign of any fracture. So this is the maxillary cast, and you can see these lines, these structures, these are called the rugae region, the rugais. These are present at anterior palate, also known as the hard palate region. So this was the individual maxillary cast, this was about the mandibular cast. Now what we will do, now we will try to see the relationship of both the casts together. What does it look like? As you can see, this is the normal occlusion of a cast. Here you can see clearly it is in proper bite. Now I'm going to tell you about the relation. This is the right side of the patient. As you can clearly see here, this is the molar, that is the canine. So if you look closely into the molar region, you can see it is in class 1 relationship. How we can say it is in class 1? Look at the upper mesial buccal cusp. The mesial buccal cusp is in line into the groove of the mandibular first molar. If I open this slightly, you can see here it's occluding like this. So this is a class 1 molar relationship. Moving on to here. Now as you can see, the both the canines of the upper and the lower, they are not into the line together. We cannot differentiate the classification. So we will say this is not established. Means they are not into the line. Moving up here further, you can see the central the incisors of upper and lower arch. They are into a class 1 relationship. The incisors in class 1 relationship. Now onto the left side of the patient, you can clearly see the upper canine is blocked out. Hence, the canine is not established. You cannot see the relation is not established. But over here, the molar, the same molar, it is in class 1. As you can see, the mesobuccal cusp is on the mandibular groove. So, this is class 1 molar, left and right both sides. The canines are not, they are not into the line of each other. Now what we will see, another thing here, if you look closely here, the posterior regions, as you can see the models are in contact, but look at the region, posterior region. As you can see here, this is a crossbite, a slight crossbite here and slight crossbite here. As far as for this lower canine is concerned, it is also slight outside the arch. You can say it is also an anterior crossbite region. So overall, by proper evaluation and examination of the cast of this patient, it has been diagnosed as a skeletal class 3 with constricted maxillary arch, and the canines are labially blocked out. But as usual, what we see here, the mostly the class 3 relationship of the patient, there is a reverse overjet, or but here in this patient the overjet is normal, it is in class 1. Why is that so? Because there is a dental compensation. Dentally it looks like a class 1, but on radiographic evaluation and clinical examination, the profile showed a skeletal class 3. That was a skeletal class 3 basically. So this is the initial model of a patient. So what plan was required? The plan was to level and align these arches orthodontically by putting braces, or you can say wires here, to align these arches, to bring this incisor outside, to bring the canine into its position, and to correct the crossbite, and to finish this case in a proper class 1 canine and molar relationship. Hence it was planned by non-extraction and expansion of the maxilla. How you are gonna expand it? We place a appliance, or you can say a device, around the teeth here and here, and there will be a screw portion in which you will turn the screw daily, quarter turn it, and what will happen, this will try to expand the maxilla. Once it is expanded, you will get enough space to accommodate this incisor into the space and accommodate the canine into its place, and hence you can also relieve the crossbite which was showing when we occluded these teeth together, that it will be reduced also. So why we are taking these models here? We are taking these models in order to identify type of malocclusion, in order to plan a treatment according to the need, orthodontically or general dentistry point of view, but it is important in orthodontics for treatment planning purpose. We do take these models of the patient so that we should diagnose and make a proper plan. That's why we take these initial models. These are the initial casts taken before start of treatment. After that, we take another dental cast which is after orthodontic treatment, and then we compare it both together, what was before and what was after. So for now in this video, I'm just showing you the pre-treatment models, which I've told you what was the treatment plan regime. And in my next video, I will show you the all near to finished models of this particular patient, and then I will compare both the models of pre-treatment and after the treatment, and I will tell you what are the significant differences, what was before the treatment and what we have achieved after the treatment, and then we will discuss some important points, that what we have improved, what we have achieved so far. So that's why this dental model is very essential for us in diagnosing and treatment planning of the patient. And lastly, it is a proof to the patient. We can show the patient this was your before and now that is your after treatment, so there is a significant difference. So by concluding this video, this was the pre-treatment model cast, and in my next video, do tune in, do subscribe my channel, and do like my video, and do press the bell icon for more videos regarding these or dental treatment, especially orthodontic field. And for now, it's thank you, and hope we will see you in the next video, and I will show you the mid treatment model of the same patient. Thank you.